Is everyone doing alright so far? Okay, so now I'm going to give an example on how to apply the cosine rule. Okay, let's take a look at this triangle. This triangle PQR. Okay, PQR, let's say PQ is 10.8 cm. Okay, QR is 15.9 cm. And then angle Q, okay, or angle Q, PQR, okay, angle Q is 71 degrees. So with this information, now the question says, can you find the length of PR? Can you find the length of PR? And then after that, can you find angle PRQ? Okay, so we do things one step at a time. Let's work with PR first. Okay, how do we find PR? Okay, we take a look at this this question, right? We're trying to find the length of PR. So normally what we do is when we look at a trigo question, and then we ask ourselves, oh, what do I do? Do I apply sine rule? Do I apply cosine rule? Do I apply Pythagorean trigo ratio? What do I apply? So normally what I do is I always ask the students, if you're not very comfortable with all the trigo or all the different things you've learned in trigo, what you can do is you can actually have like a checklist. Just run through this checklist. Okay, so always start with Pythagoras theorem first. Can I use Pythagoras theorem to solve for PR? Can or not? Let's take a look. Cannot, right? Why cannot? Why cannot? Dior, can you tell me why cannot? Very good observation, because it's not a right angle triangle. Good job, Dior. Right? Cannot, huh? This is not a right angle triangle. So you cannot use Pythagoras theorem. Can you use trigo ratio? Erica, can or not? Cannot also. Very good, because trigo ratio is also used to find, used to solve for sides or angles of a right angle triangle, right? So if this is not a right angle triangle, you don't need to think of Pythagoras theorem, don't need to think of trigo ratio. So the next thing you consider is, can I use sine rule? Okay, remember I taught you sine rule. Sine rule, the way we remember how to use sine rule and when to use sine rule basically is about opposites. Can you remember opposites? You must have 3 knowns and then to find the one unknown, right? 3 knowns to find one unknown. If you look carefully, what do you have? You look over here, right? You got this angle, right? You have. Look opposite it. You don't have, right? Okay, never mind. Let's continue. So you have this known. Look carefully across it, opposite it. Eh? Do you have an angle? Don't have. So you realize over here, if you try to do sine rule, right, you will have 2 known, 2 unknown. Cannot use sine rule. Mister, can I try the other side? Sure, you try now. You have this length. Look opposite it. Angle R. Do you have angle R? Don't have. So you realize that you can't use sine rule, because if you try to use sine rule to form an equation, you will always have 2 knowns, 2 unknown. Then you are stuck, right? You can't continue. So when you realize, you can't, right? Then what? Then it must be since you can't use Pythagoras theorem, you can't use trigo ratio, you can't use sine rule, then it must be the cosine rule. Alright? So that's one way of doing it. Another way of looking at it is, the way I do it is, do I see a filet o fish here? Do I see a filet o fish? Do I see a bread and a patty? Have or not? Let's take a look. I have the bread, the side. I have the bread, the side. Do I have the patty? Yes, I have the patty. I have the bread and the patty. That means I can use cosine rule. So straight away, sorry, so straight away, PR square is equals to, so what is PR square equals to? PR square is equal to square, PR square is equals to your A square, 10.8 square, plus A square plus B square, 15.9 square, minus 2AB cosine 71 degrees. There you go. Okay, so C square equals to A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine angle C. Okay, so some of you say, Mr. What if I let this be A, this be B? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Right? The bread and the patty, it really doesn't matter. So in this case, this can be A, this can be B. You apply it, you still get the same answer. So over here, so PR is equals to, so since PR square is equals to this, right, that means you can square root the whole entire expression, right? So 10.8 square plus 15.9 square minus 10.8, 15.9, and then cosine 71 degrees. There you go. Then just punch your calculator. Alright, so how do you punch your calculator? Just look over here. So punch your calculator. So you can punch 10.8 square, right, plus 15.9 square, right, minus 2AB. So A is 10.8, sorry, then multiply by your 15.9, then cosine 71 degrees. Punch your calculator. So is this the final answer? No, right? This is the PR square. So you need to square root this answer again. So this answer is 16.05 something. So I write down first 16.05107078. Okay, you can write down all 10 digits. If not, at least write down 5 digits. Then after that, you round it off. Okay, round it off. Length, you always round off to 3SF. Okay, 16.1 cm. 3SF. So far so good, right? Not difficult, right? We can, as long as you know how to apply this formula, then you will get it already. Or you will get it already, right? Not tough. Okay, let's try. So we have solved the first one. Find PR. Next, how do I find angle PRQ? PRQ. So Mr. Mo already found this already. This length is around 16.051. At least 5 digits. I must always write at least 5 digits. So now I'm trying to find what is this? What is this? What is this PRQ here? What is this angle here? PRQ. How do I find? How do I find? So some of you say, Mr. Can I use cosine rule also? Of course you can. Of course you can, right? But Mr. will prefer to use sine rule, right? You can use cosine rule or sine rule, it doesn't matter, but Mr. will prefer cosine rule. I'll prefer the sine rule, right? So over here, what I'll do is I'll do this. So I'll take part 2. Okay, again, some of you may ask me, Mr. How do you know you can use sine rule? Because if I take a look at this, right, over here I have this, I have the angle, opposite it, I just found, right? So I got 2 knowns already. This is what I'm trying to find, and then look opposite it, I have 10.8. So what can I do? What I have now is I have this known, this is known, this is known, this is the only unknown. 3 knowns, 1 unknown, I can use the sine rule to find it. Okay, so in this case, I can sine angle PRQ, sine of an angle over the opposite side 10.8 is equals to sine 71 degrees over 16.051. Remember girls, write at least 5 digits here. You write anything less than 5, the markers may mark you wrong one. Okay, so please write at least 5 digits. If you're a bit scared, what if the markers minus my mark, then you write all 10 digits. It's perfectly fine. Also from here, sine angle PRQ equals to, Mr. can bring this 10.8, this 10.8, I can bring it up, right? I can bring it up here, right? So it's 10.8 sine 71 degrees over 16.051. How do you get rid of the sine here? How do you get rid of the sine here? Right, in Sec 2, recall, how do you get rid of the sine? Therefore, angle PRQ is equals to, becomes sine inverse, right? Shift inverse, when you want to find angle, always sine inverse. 10.8 sine 71 degrees over 16.051. So punch your calculator now and then let's see what you have. Alright, so I'll punch my calculator now. So 10.8 multiplied by sine 71 degrees, divide by divide by 16.051,07078. Okay, Mr. always use all 10 digits. So what I have, then I shift sign of it. So I have 39.5. So I have 39.508 degrees. So for angles, you round to 3SF? No, right? Angles you round to 1 dp. So answer is approximately 39.5 degrees. So 1 dp. Okay, is everyone clear?